Welcome to the Kobe Bryant film room, and I wanted to react to this video about James Harden that First Things First did. James Harden has been acting a fool, cutting a jig, uh, just acting a slap fool out here, man. So he was refusing to go to training camp. And now he says he would go to training camp, but he's going to cut up. So they're going to comment on it, and I'm going to give my opinion.
Wants to make the 76ers uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Ultimately, they don't think they'll get the best out of him and make a trade. Okay?
Your approach when you first got to the show was.
At the same time, Harden was there, wearing a Sixers t-shirt in elevated practice because they're in Colorado.
Yeah. And he looks in shape.
Yeah, in a suit.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa. Yo, hey, Harden acting like a woman who wants to leave but won't. And they can talk about Daryl Morey's a liar and all this other shit. Then all of a sudden, there's pictures of him playing basketball.
you see this playing out, Nick?
I mean, if James Harden wants to salvage what there is of his reputation and of his career.
Nick Wright looks like a combination of Triple H and Al Snow.
He'll show up, be a good player, play his best, and hope to get moved at some point. I was thinking about this today, that James Harden's basketball story or legacy is maybe the most Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde I've ever seen. All right, on the good. He has more first-team All-NBAs than Steph and Dame combined. He has more...
Okay.
top 3 MVP finishes than Steph, Dame, and Russ combined. See, he has the only players in league history to average more points per game in a single season than James Harden are Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan. That's the good column. The bad column is...
And the referees were calling every fucking thing. James Harden was allowed to travel, double dribble, push off, lean into the defenders, move them with his shoulders, charge and not get called for, all this shit. Nigga took 9 steps to shoot a 3. But, I mean, according to the rules, he did his thing, but nobody was allowed to touch him. So I don't know how we're going to measure that in the annals of all-time great scorers. It's going to be hard because what makes you a great scorer is the fact that people can defend you. They just can't defend you. They can defend you, but then at the same time, they can't defend you because you're so damn good. The NBA made rules to where you couldn't even lean up against this dude. I mean, it was ridiculous. Guys were defending this guy with hands behind their backs. It was unprecedented.
Maybe the most notorious playoff choker of his generation, and is trying to set the all-time record.
I think he is.
For teams.
I actually think he is the most notorious playoff choker. He's probably choked the most out of anybody. But also, well, it's kind of hard to say that because he did make it to the Western Conference Finals. And there's guys who didn't make it there at all, right? So there might be guys who choked even more than that. So, you know, he did make it to the Western Conference Finals.
Quit on in cartoonish fashion. From showing up overweight with the Rockets to quitting live in a game on a loose ball against the Kings with the Nets, and to going to the nightclub and having the bottle service ladies hold up a sign that says, "My GM is a liar," with...
But you guys weren't criticizing him for all this. When he was doing this, the media didn't say shit. They were too busy destroying Russell Westbrook and Kyrie Irving and getting on Kevin Durant. But at least Kevin Durant was serious about the game of basketball.
After doing it internationally with the Sixers.
Fair, he may not order
Harden's
that.
been getting away with murder, in my opinion, for years, bro. You showed up fat. Not only did you show up fat, you quit on 3 different situations on 3 different occasions, bro. right? You didn't want any type of leadership responsibility in Brooklyn. When it looked like you were about to carry the team, you gave up. In Philly, you think you're going to be the man, but Joel Embiid's better than you. So, hey.
Okay, well,
someone may have ordered
okay, yes,
love this.
but we also
He's
know
still
what he did in China, and we also know what he did in China.
Yes.
And so if he really does quit on the Sixers, my back hurts, whatever. He is more famous for.
Yeah, he might be just showing up to get his bag because of the new rules. He has to show up for training camp, but I think he's just showing up just to get his money and act like he cares, and then he's gonna quit on him during the season.
The bad than the good by a wide margin.
But look, guys, your reputation, right? You are what you are, right? If you quit, you've done it before. You're gonna do it again. If you do things such as quitting, you're gonna be willing to do it again. He's quit on 2 different situations, and now he's trying to quit on you guys. You guys be a damn fool to stick with him and believe he's not gonna quit on you. If it was me running that franchise, I would have got his ass up out of it. Titties and breastities and all.
It's amazing because the good is historic stuff that I just listed.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope he does the right thing. I'm not confident.
No, look, you're right. And James, I get it. He's first of all, he's lost a lot of money. Now, a lot of it's his fault, and I don't mean the quitting obviously is bad enough, but he had an opportunity to sign a huge contract.
It was one of the hugest probably in NBA history. The dude's a damn fool.
Extension with the Nets, remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, and your teammates were just Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. I mean, you think you could win some championships with them?
No.
Yo, they gave up everything for this nigga, bro. They actually had a squad with Jared Allen and those boys. I think that squad would have been better than that super team that they built. Because James Harden ended up getting injured. Kyrie didn't play because of the clock shot.
No, I don't.
They never gave themselves a chance. But that's what it is. But my point, he has blown. So I get why he's upset, and he does feel like I helped the Sixers out last year, gave up some money. My man Daryl Morey didn't hook me up, and now we're at odds. I get the human element, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to do something you don't feel like doing. And James Harden,
well, he's getting paid to do the shit. It's not as if he's asked to build a pyramid with his bare hands, and not get paid for it. He's getting paid. Right? We gotta stop acting like these guys are fucking slaves. They're not.
or as you said, for his career.
And to be in the strip club every night and live lavish like that, James Harden is about to go broke if he keeps this up.
If he wants to continue, not only the reputation he has, but going forward, the best thing for him to do is stay in Philly until they trade him and play his butt off. Number one, it'll help your reputation. Number two, you actually, if he and Embiid and Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey and a nice group of role players played their best, they're in the hunt. They are absolutely in the hunt, and they're moving.
I don't think they're in the hunt for shit. I think James Harden reads between the lines just like I read between the lines, right? He read it just like I read it and everybody else read it. He doesn't believe in himself. He believes, listen, for a guy to team up with as many stars as James Harden has, he can't believe in himself. So he believes, hey, look, I gotta get the fuck out of here and get in a better situation. He's that guy. He's that guy who leaves situation for another situation. Right? When the ship goes down, James Harden's already on another ship watching your ship go down. The ship he was just on. That's just how he gets down, bro. They're not going anywhere. He don't play good enough defense. He holds the ball too long. And he's a shell of him. He's not the same James Harden he used to be.
We're in the hunt than the Clippers. Because I think you can't count on Kawhi being healthy. Paul George, and the West is deep, as is the East. But so I'm just saying, and no team can give him an extension now. Yeah. So it's not like you say, I want to go to the Clippers because they're going to pay me. We don't know that. And next year, the teams with cap space are not very good. All right, San Antonio, Orlando, Utah, Charlotte.
Well, San Antonio, they got Wembanyama, but that would be a good spot for him if Popovich wasn't there. Bro, Popovich is not going to... Can you imagine Popovich's face coaching James Harden on the sideline? Bro, you think Popovich gonna put up with that bullshit?
Like, none of them are going to want him. And so he's got to play well, have a professional attitude, so some team will say next summer, all right,
This nigga James Harden is a former MVP. He's been in the league for 30. He's 30 years old, 30-something years old now. He should have a professional attitude. It's ridiculous that we're asking a guy to play professional basketball at a high level. We're like begging him to, hey, can you donate your time? Like, bro, cut the strip club shit out, cut all the outside shit, play basketball.
James
Well,
can
you
help
think
us.
he should play out the whole year?
Well,
He doesn't want to.
I think he can
doesn't
still
want
hold
to.
out. Like, I want to be traded, but until then, I'm all in.
So then they're in first place. Like, by the way,
Problem is, he's not going to be all in. If he wants out, he's going to be emotional. He's going to act like a bitch, and he has been doing so. You got to get rid of him.
hey, we're in first place because I've been on my best behavior and
Or you could be spiteful and sit his ass down and not play him, which is probably what the avenue I would take. But you kind of rub other stars the wrong way when you do that. I wouldn't give a fuck. But hey,
it my all and staying late and running the stairs like I used to. Remember, I want to be traded.
Well,
Like,
you can drop it if you want to drop it. You can drop it.
What? How do you see
But he's
this
gotta
playing out,
play.
Wilds?
I don't know. I don't have a firm grasp on what he wants. I know he's mad about the money, I think.
It's personal. It's only
well, he probably was lied to, like these scumbag GMs lie to people. He probably was lied to about his money. But problem is, this is not a good look on James Harden because he's always asking out. So the narrative can always be they can fuck him over and get the media to look at all of his transgressions in the past.
Here's the thing. The Dame, we felt like we all knew what was going on with Dame because Dame has a great relationship with Chris Haynes, and
Chris told us.
We were getting good reports. Do we know exactly? I think it's like, all right, you wanted out of Houston, they were rebuilding, so you showed up, you didn't play, then you did play well, and you didn't play again. Brooklyn, why? You were these drips and drabs. He needs to sit down with someone. Other than just saying Daryl Morey's a liar, and that's it. I kind of want to go to the Clippers. We see this report from Woj, and then we see him playing at the same time. It didn't look like he's making anything uncomfortable. So I think he needs a better media strategy.
Well, he needs better people around.
Well, he's going along to get along at this point because he wants his bag. Once he gets his bag and he reports to the team after training camp, he's going to show his ass, I believe.
He clearly has been there for a while. And then lastly,
the type of shit he was doing doesn't just go away overnight. You just don't give that and just walk out the room and everything good.
Wilds, all of the people that were trying to keep their powder dry for Giannis, now that Dame's
that's a
with
good
them,
take.
they now, well, I was going to say, are keeping their eyes on Embiid and keeping that same powder dry if this thing goes totally awry, which is, I think, what Harden thinks his leverage is, but that could be mutually assured destruction. He could blow up everything in Philly and make himself untouchable for the rest of the league, except for in the middle.
All right, let's do Lakers real
He'll
quick.
find his ass in playing for the Canadian League or some shit. He'll be in Europe for sure. Nobody's going to keep putting up with this shit, especially as he's getting older and more injury prone.
The Lakers conversation is better.
I had a quick comment. Let's talk
All
about
right, checking the odd couple. 7
to 10 weeks of vice
After being dispatched in last year's Western Conference Finals, Lakers are eager to avenge their losses and the trash talk coming out of Denver. Quick review. After LeBron pondered retirement, Mike Malone went on McAfee and said, hey, speaking of the Lakers, I want you guys to know this is breaking news. I'm thinking about retiring, so don't tell anybody.
He's poking at LeBron. LeBron was full of shit too. There's no way in hell that LeBron was gonna retire, bro. He still had another year. No way in hell. He just did that to take away from the Denver Nuggets because he knows that the media was gonna hang on his every word. The media covered that, but doesn't cover Dwayne Wade's comments about why the Miami Heat formed. Just think about that.
But he had a good laugh. Except LeBron, that is, who went to Instagram and said, by the way, enjoy your life, but just know I'm the sun. I stay on forever. You know, there are some more fatalistic things the sun eventually.
LeBron is like one of the biggest trolls in NBA history.
Well, right now.
He might be the biggest.
He's not saying it like, yeah, I'm glad we got the Nuggets first night.
Oh,
So I'm
from
gonna give him a little leeway on that. But the comment, it wasn't a braggadocious comment. But AD saying, yeah, LeBron and I have talked about it. It's putting the Lakers in a position.
Them motherfuckers better win that game. They talking all that shit. Because you got swept. If you lose a game, you're going to look crazy.
Where, look, it's 1 of 82. So there's nothing going to come out in the first game.
It really actually doesn't mean shit. They should be more focused on the playoffs than trying to get revenge in the first game of the regular season.
But it's kind of like, oh, y'all got upset? LeBron and AD have had conversations about the Nuggets chirping. Austin Reeves says, yeah, we want them in game 1. You better win. Because Denver, it's not going to matter to them. They're going to come out there. We'll see how they play. But win or lose, no big deal to them. Now the Lakers have talked all this smack, made it a big game. You better win. Because if you don't, then
you talk big shit, you have to have big game.
They'll be like, oh.
And here's the thing. I think people misremember. Like, why did the Nuggets sweep the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals?
I'll answer that before you go ahead, Triple H. The Nuggets swept the Lakers because the Lakers could not close each and every one of those games. Down the stretch of games, there was horrible shot selections, whether it was by LeBron, mostly by LeBron, shooting all those threes and missing, by Anthony Davis, not being as aggressive and not being as involved in the offense as he should have been, Nikola Jokic busting their ass, and Jamal Murray busting their ass. Nikola Jokic made some shots that you just salute the dude for making. I mean, some of the buzzer-beating shots he hit was incredible. And so those are the key factors of why they got their ass whooped. Now you go ahead, Nick.
Everyone remembers is Darvin Ham being like, we'll be all right, and the Rui stuff or whatever it is. Joker was obviously great in that series. He was great in every series. He was great all year. He was sensational. The reason that series went the way it did was because Jamal Murray had one of the greatest conference finals in NBA history. Not an exaggeration. He was 33, 6, 5, and 3 on 50, 40, 95 splits.
It was
For a little context.
And Jamal Murray should get a little bit more credit than what he gets. Jamal Murray was a beast.
Any conference final, all of NBA history. Only LeBron, Kobe, Steph, Hakeem, and shout out to Amari Stoudemire have ever averaged more points in a conference finals than Jamal Murray did in that one. So if you're the Lakers,
that's elite company. Shout out to Jamal Murray for being a beast and having a bag.
I think you look at it and say, we have more continuity. We added a tiny bit this offseason while the Nuggets lost a critical piece.
Right.
Not super critical.
I think they lost critical pieces in Bruce Brown. I think Bruce Brown was a great defender for him. And I believe he hit clutch shots and he's a smart player. Bruce Brown literally could guard 1 through 4. So, you lost a decent three-point shooter. He could hit open shots. He makes the right decisions on the court. And I think chemistry-wise, that's going to hurt him a little bit. I liked what the Lakers did. Adding Gabe Vincent and a couple of those other guys that they added. Christian Woods is going to help. Hopefully he keeps his head on straight. But, the Lakers did a pretty good team. They're definitely better than they were last year, in my opinion.
But an important piece of Bruce Brown that if we run that thing back and Jamal Murray just plays A level instead of super duper he averaged 4 points in that conference. I know, but Brew,
Jamal Murray is not scared of the moment. He's one of those guys. He don't give a fuck. He's gonna keep going. He killed the Suns, man. I mean, the dude was just he was amazing. His defense is underrated too.
More points in that conference finals than Michael Jordan ever averaged in any conference finals. That's probably...
Well, let's not go there. Nick can't help himself, bro. Let's not do it, dog. No, we're not doing that shit today. Nope.
Not going to happen again. I know the scoring is different. I understand that. But so I think the Lakers, and I think, by the way, the other key for the Lakers having a chance is the guy we heard from. Who on the Lakers do we expect should still be
that's what's interesting.
It's how much better can he be?
And we joke with you about saying that.
Well, LeBron has declined significantly. The media won't tell you that because they're just looking at his statistics and trying to sell him as one of the best players in the game. But LeBron has declined. That's why he's trying to give the team to Anthony Davis and say, "Hey, this is your team." LeBron knows for a fact that when it comes to these games, he can only do so much. But let the media tell it. He's still top 3 in the league. Ridiculous shit, but you know how they do.
3, but look, he was great against them in the conference.
Yes.
21 points a game, 50% shooting from 3 and overall. And you would think, even though they lost, you would think he would have improved in confidence and ability from his experience with Team USA.
Yes.
So I'm looking for big things from.
Okay, Denver's still favored by 5.5. They'll probably.
Yeah, well, that's gonna do it, guys, for this episode of the Kobe Bryant Film Room. James Harden's acting like hopefully he'll get it together. So because his career, I do believe his career is on the line, guys. And as far as LeBron talking shit to Mike Malone, man, at this point in time, talk is cheap. You gotta prove, you gotta show and prove. But this is gonna do it for this episode, and I'm out.